Top on the beat.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Missy T, Money 1993, back with another video. About to deal off a response to Cormac, whoever, nobody, because that's what you are. He came out with a little video where he predicted my Carolina Panthers to be 6-10 this year, and he predicted the Atlanta Falcons, who went 4-12 last year, to be 13-3 this year. Boy, you stupid. Alright. So the first thing you went into involving the Panthers was how much y'all O-line is going to be better and y'all going to be able to block us and this and the other. So, I mean, let's look at the matchups. Y'all offensive line versus our defensive line. Sam Baker's coming back to play left tackle, which means he'll be going up against Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy had 15 sacks last year, including 4 in 2 games against y'all. I don't see him blocking him. On the other side, you gotta have that young boy, Jake Matthews, a rookie, going against a veteran in Charles Johnson, and who had 11 sacks last year, and he had, I think, 3 against y'all last year. And he always goes ham against y'all. He loves playing Atlanta because, you know, he went to school in Georgia. He's from Georgia. So he always has a good time, man. Him and Matt Ryan have a love-hate relationship. Center, y'all probably gonna have Joe Hawley instead of Peter Collins this year. Either way, you gotta deal with the rookie we drafted last year, Starla Tulele, who just physically dominated guys last year and had a heck of a rookie season and took us from, you know, being mediocre in stopping the run to where we was one of the top teams in the league. Also, you talked about, well, the other line matchup, you talked about that new guy y'all got, Asamoah, which he would be going up against Dewan Edwards or Juwan Short or Colin Cole. Which Colin Cole, you know, is strong. He stops the run. Dewan Edwards is kind of both, and KK, he pass rushes. So I don't see how y'all gonna be able to block our defensive line still. We had 60 sacks last year, and we added Coney Ely. KK is gonna get more playing time this year. Charles Johnson missed about 2-3 games last year with an injury. So I just feel like I don't see how you're gonna be able to block us. Now, got a little something for this video. Those of y'all who watch battle rap, y'all be able to understand it when it comes out. Alright. So here's another one of your misguided opinions that you tried to get as fact. Talking about how Tony G leaving is not gonna matter that much. And you and other fail clown fans say it's because y'all got that 6'8" boy, whatever his name, Levon Tolu. Alright, so I went and looked at the difference in the stats. Tony Gonzalez had 83 catches last year for 859 yards. Tololu had 11 catches for 55 yards. So you telling me he's gonna step up from 11 catches to anywhere close to 83? Nah, man. Slow it down. I just killed you. How you gonna say that, bro? That don't make no kind of sense. 6'8" or not. First of all, he's not Tony G. It's only one Tony G, Hall of Fame, first ballot if he's not. NFL need to kill themselves. He gonna have a 70 catch improvement here? Where's them 70 catches going? Alright, next. What I always say is, you talked about Julio Jones. and how he changes y'all offense and this, that, and the other. Like I tell other Atlanta fan or Clown fans, I'm not scared of Julio Jones. He don't put no fear in me. Let's look at his 2012 stats against us. Week 4, he had 1 catch for 30 yards. Ooh, I'm so shaking in my boots. Week 14, he had 5 catches for 66 yards. Okay. I mean, so why, as a Panthers fan, why should I be afraid of Julio Jones at all? Because our secondary was way worse in 2012 than it is now. I mean, that's why y'all got that one lucky win, because we didn't have a safety to cover. Slow it down. I just killed you. Alright. Next thing you talked about was Harry Douglas and how, like I said, his stats are inflated, which you said should be harder for him to get stats. So let's look at the 2 years compared to each other. Last year, when he was playing number 1 and number 2 receiver, he had 85 catches for 1,000 and something yards. Let's look at the year before. 2012, when he was playing as the number 3 receiver, which he will do again this year, he had only 38 catches for less than 400 yards. Why should I be afraid of Harry Douglas as a number 3 receiver? Why should I be afraid of him at all? He handed us the game week 17 when he didn't run the right route and Melvin White got the pick 6. So why should I be scared of Harry Douglas? Man, you was just talking out the side of your neck, man. And people, a whole bunch of people liked it, like it was cool, like what you was saying was real. All right. You talked about our receivers and how Jason Avant ain't nothing. So let's compare Harry Douglas' 2012 stats when he was playing as a true slot receiver, and let's compare Jason Avant's stats in 2012 when the Eagles was running a normal offense and not this fast break, Speedy Gonzalez stuff. Harry Douglas, like I said, had 38 catches for less than 400 yards in 2012. Jason Avant's stats in 2012 was 53 catches for 648 yards. So again, how is Harry Douglas honestly better than Jason Avant? Slow it down. I just killed you. Like, it's just too easy. You talked about Devin Hester like he matters as a receiver. Alright, so your number 4 receiver versus my number 4 receiver. Devin Hester, last year, 2013, goose egg, 0 catches, didn't play receiver at all. So I said, okay, I'm not going to do that to him. I'm going to give him a fair shake. So let's look. 2012, he had 23 catches for like 200 and something, 300 and something yards. Taquan Underwood last year had 24 catches for 440 yards. So again, you might be better at the top with Julio, even though he doesn't do nothing against us. But as far as a wide receiving core as a whole, no, you don't. All right. Next point you talked about, y'all pass rush and how it's gonna be okay because y'all got Corey Bierman coming back this year. So I looked at his stats. 2012, when he had a full year, he had 4 sacks in 16 games, which means he only got 1 sack every 4 games. Who? Who is he? Even 2011, I said, okay, maybe he just had a bad year in 2012. 2011, he had 2.5 sacks. Who is scared of that man? What does he do on that team? I mean, he doesn't have even half of what either of my defensive ends had last year. So, not scared of him either. So when y'all missed out on Clowney and Matt, that hurt y'all. We talked about our run defense is gonna be better because we got Paul Sewell, whatever his name is. So I looked at his stats compared to my number 1 defensive tackle, who was a rookie last year. Paul Sewell had 34 tackles for 1 sack. Star Lotulelei had 42 tackles with 3 sacks as a rookie. So the guy that was supposed to be y'all big pick had less tackles than a rookie, had less sacks than a rookie. I mean, so what you was trying to say is fact. Doesn't matter, bruh. So again, Slow it down. I just killed you. Alright. What I noticed too is when me and you was having that little discussion, I think it was on my video, or your video, I can't remember which one it was that. But I noticed that Atlanta Falcon fans, which is funny to me, they don't say rain check. You know, they say they do win check. Oh, we had 13 wins, blah 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 year. We had this, that, and that years. We been doing this for so many years, but it's only recent history. 2, okay, you went 13-3. What'd you do? Lost to the same team that y'all pick on us about losing to in the playoffs. Okay. Alright, so the next thing, what every Falcon fan tries to do is make it like Matt Ryan is oh so much better than Cam Newton. So I broke him down. Alright, Matt Ryan had over 4,000 yards. Cam Newton had 3,379 passing yards. Okay, Matt Ryan had more, but here's why. Matt Ryan had 651 passing attempts. Cam Newton only had 473 passing attempts. So Matt Ryan had 200 more attempts to get more yards, to get more touchdowns, to have a better quarterback rating or a worse quarterback rating if he's so much better. So let's really break it down, you know what I'm saying? 200 more passing attempts. You should have more yards or something's wrong. But what does that mean? It means, you passed the ball 651 times in 16 games. You had no run game at all. So let's look. Cam's quarterback rating last year was an 88.8. Okay, it's pretty good, you know, young quarterback. Matt Ryan's was 89.6. So Matt Ryan won in that, but not by much. Not like y'all act like it's so drastic that Matt Ryan is so much a better quarterback. So then I broke it down even more. Let's look at touchdowns. Matt Ryan had 26 passing touchdowns. Cam Newton had 24 passing touchdowns. So with 200 more attempts, you could only get 2 more touchdowns. But that's not it. Okay, Matt Ryan had 26. Cam had 24. But when you added Cam's 6 rushing touchdowns, you get what? 30 total touchdowns compared to 26 total touchdowns. So how is your quarterback better than mine? Slow it down. I just killed you. Okay, so Cam had 13 interceptions. You know, I think that was his lowest in his career. Matt Ryan had 17 interceptions, meaning he had 4 more interceptions than my quarterback did. But your quarterback is so much better as a passing quarterback than Cam Newton. How? How? Then when you factor in, my boy Cam had over 500, almost 600 rushing yards last year. Matt Ryan had 55 rushing yards, not even 100, not even 80, you know what I'm saying, in 16 games. So how is your quarterback that much better than mine? And I hate putting another Falcons fan in it, but when Sean J says, oh, Cam Newton's just a game manager. First of all, we had a defense for him to be a game manager. 2, y'all niggas act like Matt Ryan wasn't a game manager when he first got in the league. He wasn't doing nothing. He was handing the ball off to Michael Turner and letting Michael Turner do her work and then throw a pass every now and then to Roddy White. Y'all didn't really become a passing team, quote unquote, until y'all traded for Julio Jones. So don't try to play like Matt Ryan came out there being Peyton Manning or something like that, because that would be a lie. So then you talked about Jericho Cotchery and how I think he might start the year off as a number 1 just to let Kelvin kind of learn. But you talked about how bad he sucked. Cotchery had 46 catches for 602 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's more touchdowns than any other receiver that was on our team. And our number 2 receiver from last year, Brandon LaFell, only had 2 more catches, but less touchdowns and only a little bit more yards. So it's not a big drawback. Y'all don't realize, like I said in my last video, we let, out of them 4 receivers, we let 3 of them walk. The only one we really tried to re-sign was Ted Ginn, and Ted Ginn went to the Cardinals. So for y'all to make it seem like, oh, y'all lost so much, this is the same receiving core that y'all was talking junk about so much last year. Oh, y'all receiving core suck. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do that. Brandon LaFell suck. This, that, and the other. But now since they gone, oh y'all gonna miss them so much. And then you said, what was the last thing you finished up with as far as my Panthers? You said you own us and you own this division, blah blah blah, a whole bunch of. First of all, you don't own the division. We won it last year. Second of all, let's look at our last 4 meetings. 2012, our first game in the Georgia Dome. Remind you, this is y'all 13-3 season. So we looking at y'all at y'all best at 13-3, and we looking at y'all at y'all worst 4-12. So when y'all were 13-3, first game in the Georgia Dome, y'all won 30-28, a 2-point win. And you were a 13-3 team, and we were a 7-9 team. And y'all barely won that game because that was a game where Matt Ryan just threw it up, and we had the worst safety of all time, Hiroti Nakamura, who tried to jump and missed it, and Julio mossed him, and then y'all went down the field. And you could only win by 2 points as a 13-3 team playing a 7-9 team in the Georgia Dome in y'all house. And that's when y'all kicker did that whole get the F off my field. So we was mad. We came back week 14, December of 2012, and we won 30-20 in BOA. And Greg Hardy came back and said, yo, y'all get off my field. And that's when the funniest quote of all time, that little kicker y'all had, what's his name, Matt Bryant, said, oh, well, y'all will be watching us play in January, which is funny, because when does the Super Bowl happen? In February. So that means he was already walking in and saying, hey, we're not making it to the Super Bowl. You can watch us in the playoffs. He didn't say you're going to be watching us in February because that means we're going to be in the Super Bowl. So that's why I always said Atlanta, all they care about is making the playoffs. They don't care about actually really trying to do anything in the playoffs. So let's go. First meeting in 2013. In BOA, because I was at that game, we won 34-10. 34-10. Laughable. And Matt Ryan lost that game. Drayton Florence got the little pick and took it to the house. So why is Matt Ryan better than my quarterback again? I don't understand it. Now the last meeting was in the Georgia Dome, and we won 21-20. When we had 9 sacks that game, we had a pick 6 that game, and what was funny is in your video, oh y'all had 9 sacks, but y'all could only beat us by 1. Nigga, you bragging about a loss? Even when y'all played the 49ers and we played the 49ers in the playoffs, I had so many Falcon fans say, oh, we played them better and week blah 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 than y'all did in the playoffs. We both lost. It don't matter. An L's an L. So you lost by 1 point. Woo. You want a cookie? It was in y'all house. NFC South, everybody knows team could be having a horrible year, but they play a lot better at their own house, and they play a whole lot different when they want to win. Y'all were trying to do the whole we're gonna play spoiler, we're gonna stop them from winning division title, this that, and the other. So I mean, I don't it don't make sense, man. You was bragging about an L. Only an Atlanta Falcon would brag about a loss. Well, maybe Real Talk would too, but Panther Nation, we not doing that. When we lost, we lost. I mean, we took stuff out of it, try to get better, but y'all niggas is funny, bro. So, like I said, every misguided opinion that you tried to come off as with a fact, I shot down in this video, man. It's too easy, bro. Atlanta, you ain't messing with us, bro. Y'all finished last in the division this year. I got Panthers, Bucks, Saints, and then the Falcons. Other than that, this your boy Mr. T Money 1993. I'm out, man. Step your game up, Cormac. Nobody.